Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the World of Juice Hoops channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Juice Journeyman series here at NBA 2K23. That is right, we are finally finishing the first season of the Journeyman series. Now, if you're not familiar with what this series is or like what happens in it, go back and watch the first couple episodes to get yourself readjusted with it and get yourself familiarized with it, and then come back to this one because I don't really feel like going into too much of it and explaining it. I mean, we're already done with the first season. I don't really want to explain it again. I've explained it plenty of times before. So if you want to go back, if you're not familiar with it, go back and watch either the first episode or the second episode, something like that, where I go into a little bit more detail about what this series entails. And for the people who don't need explanation, let's get right into the video, because this is going to be the end of the first season. As you can see in the bottom left of your screen, we went 15-66, but that's before we simulate this final game. So either we're going to go 16-66 or we're going to go 15-67. And I feel like we are going to lose this game. Let's simulate it right now. We did. We lost that game. So the first ever MVP of this series is Larry Bird, averaging about 30, 8, and 9. It's a really solid season from Larry Bird. Rookie of the Year is Ralph Sampson. Good numbers from him. Kevin McHale wins the Sixth Man of the Year. It's going to be tough to dethrone the Celtics. Moses Malone is your DPOY. Sleepy Floyd is the most improved player. What did he go up from? Can we tell? Oh, he went from 8 points to 17 points. That's crazy. Okay, good for him. And then KC Jones is probably, assuming the coach of the Celtics, he went 72-10. And then the Executive of the Year, we're not going to be winning the Executive of the Year right now. We're still a ways away from winning that. All-NBA First Team Magic, Isaiah, Larry Bird, Mark McGuire, Moses Malone. Second Team is Walter Davis, Alex English, Dr. J, Dominique, and Jeff Rulin. And then third team is George Gervin, Mo Cheeks, Bernard King, Clark Kellogg, and Jack Sikma. The all-defensive first team, Sidney Moncrief, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Bobby Jones, Moses Malone. Second team is Isaiah, Mo Cheeks, Larry Nance, Dr. J, Ralph Sampson. And then rookie team is Sampson, Walker, Drexler, Scott, and Stepanovic. And then second team is Doc, Dale Ellis, John Sundvold, Jeff Malone, and Ennis Watley. So that is your all-NBA teams. And we obviously didn't make the playoffs. There's no play-in games because this is 1983 or 1984. So that's not even a concept at this point. But we wouldn't have made it even if there was a play-in, because we went 15-67. Was that what it was? But remember, we also have the San Antonio Spurs draft pick. And the San Antonio Spurs, they made the playoffs. They were doing so bad. They were doing so bad early in the season when we checked last, but they made the playoffs, so we are going to have only one lottery pick this year, unless we trade that pick around. But remember, the goal is to get one man and one man only, and that is Michael Jeffrey Jordan. He is number one on every board because he's Michael Jordan. He's got a Hall of Fame ceiling. He is the best player of all time, to many people's opinions, and he is the number one overall pick. There's also some options to get the round mound of rebound. Charles Barkley. You've got Akeem Olajuwon. You got John Stockton, Alvin Robertson. You've got Jerome Kersey down here, Kevin Willis, Sam Perkins, Otis Thorpe. You've got Sam Bowie. You've got some options down the board. I would have preferred to have... Wait, who went to Ohio State? I saw Ohio State on there. Sorry, I'm getting distracted a little bit. Ohio State is Tony Campbell. I guess I didn't realize that. But anyway, you've obviously got some options down the board, and you would have hoped that the Spurs didn't make the postseason so that we could have as best of a draft pick pool, I guess you could say, as possible. Unfortunately, they did make it, so we have to just go with what we have. But player stats for the season, we led the team that led us, or the player that led us in scoring was obviously Reggie Theus. No surprise there. With about 20 points per game, he had 6 assists, 2 rebounds. But like we talked about in the last episode, Reggie Theus is a good number 2. He's a good complementary guy. He's not going to be a guy that you count on to get you 25 to 30 a night. He's just not that guy. So he's not a number 1, and we need to get a number 1, which is Michael Jordan. So that's the goal for this episode, is to get Michael Jordan any means necessary. Keith Edmondson was the second on the team in scoring. Then you got Dave Greenwood averaging about a double-double. Campy Russell came in after the trade deadline and put up okay numbers. Mo Westbrook averaged about 11. Then you got Nikola Payne, who didn't really do much. Mark Eaton averaged, how many blocks did he get per game? He got 2.5 blocks per game, which is just insane. 30 minutes, and he got 6.5 points in those 30 minutes, about 9 rebounds. He did good. He's only 27, which means he's got a few years left. I'm hoping that he can be a part of our early portion of this rebuild with Reggie Theus and with Jordan. I'm hoping that's kind of like a pseudo big three is kind of the goal here, what I'm going with. So I guess we could take a look at the league leaders. We know what Larry Bird did. So the leader in scoring was George Gervin. Then you got like Bernard King, Mark Aguirre. Then there's Larry Bird, Dominique, Moses Malone, Kiki Vandeweghe. All right. So you got a few guys averaging over 25 points. Only 2 guys averaging over 30. So interesting. It's going to be interesting to see the development throughout this series of like the changes in the league in terms of like scoring, the pace, how many points are put up in a game. Like, it's going to be interesting to see all that stuff. So let's simulate the playoffs since we don't have any business in the playoffs. And it looks like it's going to be an inevitable Lakers-Celtics matchup. And it will be. Lakers-Celtics, Magic versus Bird. Game 1 goes to Bird. 2 goes to Magic. 3 goes to Bird. 4 goes to Bird. 5 goes to Magic. He pulls one back. But the Celtics are too much. And Larry Legend gets the first championship of the series. Now we go to player retirements. Nobody really that we care about. Historic changes. So we've got rule change. A player fouled in transition with a clear path to the basket will see 2 free throws. Okay. Then you got team branding. The Jazz are changing their uniforms. And the Pacers are changing their uniforms. And the San Diego Clippers are going to become the LA Clippers. That's cool. Good for them. Now we've got league meetings. So we have to make sure that all this stuff is rejected except for the one thing that's approved, because that's a rule change. So that's good. And now we go to the draft lottery, where we have to hope and pray that we get the best odds and we become the number 1 overall pick. The LA Clippers, formerly known as the San Diego Clippers, are 7. Then you got the Dallas Mavericks, who are 6, thanks to the Cleveland Cavs. Kings have the best odds next, and they will move up. Kings have moved into the top 1. What? The mathematical favorite to land. I don't know what that meant. Do they automatically get the number 1 overall pick? The Rockets fall to 5. Sixers are at 4. We are involved in this. The Hawks have the 3rd pick, so it's us and the Kings for the number 1 overall pick. And we will fall to 2. The Kings have been guaranteed the number 1 overall pick in the 1984 draft. That doesn't mean that Jordan is off the board. We also end up with the 16th pick because of the Spurs. That doesn't mean that Jordan is gone. It's very likely that he gets drafted at number 1. So it's better that we just jump into the number 1 overall pick. We are going to fire our coach, Kevin Laufrey, whatever his name is. And we are going to look for... I mean, we could bring him back, I guess. But I want to see if there's another coach that is a little bit better. And I don't think that there is right now. It doesn't look like... Now we're into the head scouts. It doesn't look like there's a coach. I was hoping maybe... maybe... What's-his-face was available. I guess we could just bring back... Maybe we go for Sidney Farmer. He's got better sports medicine. Let's go with Sidney Farmer. Let's just offer him. He appreciates the offer. Sign him. Yep. So now we've got a new head coach, Sidney Farmer, for a few seasons. That's good. I'm fine with that. All right. NBA Combine, all that good stuff. NBA draft time. We've got to make sure that we have the number 1 overall pick, because I don't believe that he'll stay around. I don't think that the Kings will pass up the opportunity to not draft Michael Jordan. So we have to trade for the number 1 overall pick, which means trading the number 2 overall pick. And that means they have a counter offer. So they want 1985 first round pick and a 1985 second round pick. I'm not willing to give up my unprotected second round pick or first round pick in next year's draft. But I will give you a 1986 first round pick. No, I'll give you a 1988 first round pick. We don't really need that. They also want 1986 top 5 protected. I guess that's not bad. That's not horrible. I could also give you Dave Greenwood, or I could give you Dwayne Farmer. You want Dwayne Farmer? I don't want Larry Drew. You can keep Larry Drew. Just take this. They also want 1986 top 3 protected, and they'll give me Larry Drew. They really want to give me Larry Drew. Okay, so it's top 3 protected. If I'm going to trade this pick, I'm going to have to trade it. I'm going to have to trade it with a lottery protection on it. Right? Because I don't know if we'll be good. And I can't afford to not be good or to lose this pick. I can't afford to lose this pick. So if I put a lottery protection on it, that might help us out. 3 first-round picks and Dwayne Farmer. I don't even know if this would go through. I still don't want Larry Drew, but I guess it's not the worst thing in the world. Is this worth it? Do I risk giving up the 86 first? It is lottery protected, so if we do make the lottery, that pick makes the lottery, we get it back. But anything outside the lottery, they keep it. I'm going to trade it, see if that works. Now they're asking for a 1987 first-round pick. Come on, guys. I don't want LaSalle Thompson. I don't want Larry Drew. Just take this. There we go. Okay. They accept it. So now we swap second for first. We also have the 16th. But we have the first overall pick to draft Michael Jordan. Now let me take a quick look later on down the board. Who's here at 16 that we could get? I mean, Sam Bowie would probably be available, I would guess. Maybe somebody falls like a Sam Perkins or an Otis Thorpe or a Kevin Willis. Maybe those guys fall. But Sam Bowie would probably be available at 16. You've got like Archie Mullins, Danny Young. You've got a few guys, nobody that's worth probably taking. Obviously, one of the guys up here would be the best option, but unfortunately, the Spurs didn't give us what we want. Now, I do want to do my due diligence, and I do want to go to the trade finder and throw that 16th overall pick in there, and maybe they give me a pick higher up the board. Maybe somebody wants to move down. That could be a possibility. Is that a possibility? It doesn't look like it. I don't think anybody's giving me an actual first round pick. Okay. So now let's try to do reverse trade finder. Go to a team that has, I don't know, like the 4th pick or the 5th pick, something like that. The Rockets had the 5th pick. So they're not willing to trade anybody or trade for anything in the 5th pick. What about the 4th pick? So if we trade Reggie Theus in the 16th, we could get the number 4 overall pick, which would probably bring in, I don't know, like John Stockton maybe. We'd have to give up the number 1 overall pick to get the number 3 pick. Dave Greenwood in the 1st, Mo Westbrook in the 1st. Okay, so the 3rd pick is basically all like first round picks we'd have to give up. What about if I move up to the 12th pick from the 16th pick? Mark Eaton in the 16th pick? Not going to be willing to do that. What about the 11th pick? They want an 87 first and Nicola Payne, Westbrook and an 87 first, Randy Brewer and an 87 first, or Lou Parsons and an 87 first and an 87 second. Unfortunately, the 87 pick is reserved for Scottie Pippen, so as of right now, I can't really trade that. Pick 9, it's involved in a previous trade. Pick 10 from the Knicks. I can give up Dave Greenwood, and a second in 86 to get the 10th overall pick in Kevin McKenna. You know what? I might do that. I don't really need Dave Greenwood. He's not really that amazing of a player. So now we have 1, 10, and 16. So if I go to Trade Finder and throw 10 and 16 in there, is there a world where we trade up to a higher pick? Because if we could pair like Jordan and Barkley or Jordan and Olajuwon, that would be obviously the best thing. Let me see what I can do here. So we got the 4th pick from the Clippers. It's going to be hard to get because that's pretty valuable. I'll throw the 16th pick. They aren't going to have any... Oh, they do have a trade. It's Reggie Theus. I don't really want to give up Reggie Theus, though. That's the problem. Oh, I don't want to give up Mark Eaton. The only problem is we don't have a lot of depth on the team because nobody's got contract, really. They would acquire 2.9 or 299K more than their team salary, so we'd have to give up like Timothy Stewart. So if we trade that, they like their current team. They think they're a championship contender, which is bad for us. I'll give you a couple second-round picks. Do they like that? No, they don't like that. So first in 84, 2 seconds in 87. What about just all the seconds? 85 seconds as well? No, they don't like that. I don't want to give up the 10th pick, but I guess I could. We have the 87 Jazz pick. We have our protection backup on the other 87. We have 387 first. I didn't realize we had 387 first. Okay. That means we could probably do with giving up one of these. Maybe our own pick. Oh, we can't. Okay. Maybe the Nuggets. Let's give the Nuggets pick, but can we put a protection on it? It doesn't look like we can put a protection on it. So maybe I get rid of some of these seconds. Let's just try this for now. All right, they don't like that. But now I add those seconds in. Maybe they'll accept it now. If we go to 87, add another second. If we go and add that final second in 87. Okay, so they say no to that. Understandable. 2 first-round picks. They're giving up a lot. I understand they think they're a championship team. What about Nicola Payne? They didn't like that very much. And the second-round picks. No, not Mark Eaton. How about that? Okay. I wish they would give me a counteroffer so I could try and get some flexibility here. I feel like it would have to take more than 2 first-round picks to get it. So we try the 5th pick or the 6th pick, something like that. The Cavs with the 6th pick. What would they take? They take 330,000 more than what it is. 200,000 now. So let's just accept like Dale Ellis, sure. They have a counteroffer for Reggie Theus and the first-round pick. Okay, so Dale Ellis, I guess, is a little bit too valuable for them. Little bit too valuable. We'll take Jay Vincent, though. Oh, no, not Jay Vincent. He's got value, too. Why does everybody have so much value for them? Just give me somebody that's not good. Give me Memphis. Okay, Memphis is good. All right, so they say no to that. We might have to just stick with what we have. I don't think it'll be worth it in the end to trade these picks. Yeah, let's just keep what we have. We have pretty good value here. Although if I trade the 10th pick, can I move up? Is somebody willing to move down for the 10th pick? It doesn't look like it. No, okay. Let's jump into the draft. We know that we're going to get Michael Jordan anyway, so it doesn't matter. We have the first pick in the draft. We are not going to review any trade offers because we are taking our guy, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Welcome to the Chicago Bulls. I hope you're ready because you've got yourself some work to do. With the first pick in the 1984 NBA draft, the Chicago Bulls select Michael Jordan from North Carolina. He's a proven scorer, and he's ready to go. The Kansas City Kings, they draft Charles Barkley with the 2nd pick. That's something that we couldn't risk having. We couldn't risk Jordan getting taken. The Atlanta Hawks end up with Hakeem Olajuwon. Okay. The Rockets were close, but not close enough. John Stockton goes to the 76ers with the 4th pick. Alvin Robertson goes to the Rockets with the 6th pick. The 5th pick, excuse me. The trade The Kings trade back up to get Jerome Kersey with the Mavericks. Wow, so the Kings just got 2 players in the top 10. That's crazy. And now the Kings trade again, and they get Tony Campbell. What is going on with the Kansas City Kings? They are making crazy moves right now. And they're back up, and they get Jay Humphries. What is happening? They are trading so many players. This is insane. This is actually insane. I don't know what's going on. Kevin Willis is still here. Otis Thorpe is still here. That's really the only 2 options. So who do we think is better? Do we think Kevin Willis is going to be better? Or do we think Otis Thorpe is going to be better? Or I guess Sam Perkins too. All right, so Otis Thorpe, he's 6'10". He's a really good inside scorer, good perimeter defender, good post defender, good rebounder. And then you've got Kevin Willis, who is not as good as a perimeter defender, not as good of a post defender, not as athletic. I guess they're both not that athletic. But Kevin Willis, does he have better IQ? He doesn't even have a better overall. So Otis Thorpe is probably the best option, even though Kevin Willis is 7 foot. I think Otis Thorpe is probably our better option. So let's take Otis Thorpe with the 10th overall pick from Providence. So he's going to be here. Sam Perkins goes to the Clippers, LA Clippers. Kevin Willis goes to the Trailblazers. I kind of wanted Kevin Willis, but I feel like Sam Perkins was the better, Otis Thorpe was the best option out of the guys that we were left available. So overall wise, the best player left is Danny Young. I don't really want Danny Young, so let's trade this pick. Trade the 16th overall pick from the Spurs. Is there players that we can get or draft picks that we can get? So there's a 86 first round pick from the Lakers, but that might not be a good idea because the Lakers are usually good. There's also a first round pick from the Spurs along with Lee Odom, or a first round pick from the Suns and Adam Novak. All right, I could do that. There's an 87. Basically, we'd be getting back our first round pick that we traded away to get the the first overall pick. Let's do this trade with Adam Novak from the Suns. So the Suns can have this pick, and then we will sim to the end of the draft because there's nobody else that we really care about. So Michael Jordan comes in as an 86 overall. Barkley's an 85. Olajuwon's an 84. Stockton's an 82. Kersey's an 84 or 74. Sam Bowie's a 77. We get Otis Thorpe. He's a 76. All right, so we did draft the better player, at least initially. Kevin Willis is 74. The Suns used the pick to take Danny Young. All right, so there we go. We are going to sign both of our guys, Jordan and Thorpe. We don't have any options. And I can't believe we were able to keep Reggie Theus. That's the best thing. Daquan Porter is got an option. I don't really care about Daquan Porter that much. And now we go to free agency. Who's the best available? It's Jim Paxson. There's Bill Cartwright. So this must have been the free agency where they brought in all those guys that help them win those championships in the 90s. But let's take a look at our team. So now we've got Jordan. Now we've got Theus, Mark Eaton, Thorpe, Westbrook. So we need a wing player basically, because we have our guards. One of these guys, probably Theus, is going to play point guard. Theus will play point guard, so we can just change that right now, I guess. I could do it the easy way, but we might as well do it like this. Point guard, shooting guard, Reggie Theus. All right, there we go. So we need a wing player, and then we just need depth. We need a wing player, and we need depth. So who's the best small forward available? It's David Thompson. He's a little bit older at this point. There's Campy Russell. Is anybody offering David Thompson? Yes, there's people offering David Thompson. James Thornwell has a little bit of a three-pointer, which is cool. Who are the offers on David Thompson? View offers, the Sonics and the Clippers. Okay. Oh, we don't have any cap room. That's what's going on here. I didn't realize we were low on cap. Who's costing the most money? Why don't we have any cap? Jordan's getting a lot of money. Theus is getting a lot of money. Novak is getting a lot of money. Okay. We're probably going to have to clear these guys out, actually. Let's do a little bit of a trade finder. Let's do Novak. And he can only get us a second-round pick. But what about if I throw in Westbrook with him? They can get us both a couple seconds or an 88 first from the Rockets or a 88 first from the Sonics, and they'd give us back Peter Richmond. Okay, that's interesting. I'd probably rather do the Sonics pick. I know that the Rockets pick is valued 2 stars higher, or a half star higher, but I feel like the Sonics are going to be worse. So if we do this deal, we get an extra 88 first round pick. That should free us up a decent amount of money. Didn't free up a ton. We just need to bring in players, basically. We just need to bring in players. So if we go for... Let's get a wing player. We need to get somebody. Somebody preferably that can shoot the mid-range and 3. And it looks like this James Thornwell is going to be the option here. So if we could bring him in for maybe 2 seasons, we could do that. We need another backup point guard. So a mid-range guy like Jared Dixon. Okay, Jared Dixon looks pretty good. Offer him the minimum. Bring in a shooting guard. Who's the best shooting guard available that can shoot the 3 ball? It is Sidney Jeffries. So we'll offer him a contract. Then another small forward. Who's the best inside scoring small forward? Brent Pierce. But we've also got this guy who could be good. Oh, we've used up all our offers for today. All right, so we're going to decline Daquan Porter because I don't really want Daquan Porter. We're going to bring in Thornwell, Dixon, and Sidney Jefferson. I like that. Nate Archibald will leave probably. All right, so that's good. Now let's go back and find that small forward. What was his name? Did he already get taken? He might have already signed with the team. That sucks. Yeah, there he is. He signed with the Nets. Okay, that kind of sucks, but it's okay. So we've got the best small forward inside scorers who can also shoot a little bit of a 3 ball. Campy Russell's still available, but he is... Oh, we have the bird rights on Campy. Let's just offer Campy a contract then. I didn't realize we had the bird rights on him. Power forwards. Who's the best mid-range power forward or slash inside scoring power forward? Derek Brand seems to be pretty good at scoring inside. And then a center. Is there a shooting center? Jake Moss. Tom McMillan could be pretty good. He could stretch the floor a little bit. Bill Cartwright, we're not going to be able to afford. I like Tom McMillan. Let's go with him. Let's accept all these offers. There we go. We signed them. Perfect. Now let's take a look at what the team looks like now. So we've got point guard figured out, at least for right now. We've got shooting guard. We've got the wing position figured out, at least for the season. Otis Thorpe is going to be the starting power forward, and then Mark Eaton will be the starting center. Okay. So we have a little bit more depth at this point. We could use another big man, like another wing slash forward, I guess. So let's go. Can I bring back Archibald? Because I would like to bring back Nate. He was really good for us. Is that Fred Brown? That is Fred Brown. Is there another power forward? Elvin Hayes is a little bit older. We can sign Nate. And Elvin Hayes is being a little bit stingy. Okay, so we can't get Elvin Hayes just yet. But we can trade, now that we brought back... we can trade one of these guards. Trade finder on the shooting guard position, probably Nicola Payne, because he's the highest overall. He can't get us any first round picks, but he can get us a couple seconds. If we trade it with the Denver Nuggets, we can get a couple second round picks. Hopefully that freed up enough to be able to get him. No, it doesn't. Elvin Hayes, maybe we try to restructure his contract. If he didn't already sign. He didn't. He's still here. Negotiate. We could try to re-sign it. Oh, he's declined it. Oh, okay, Elvin. Whatever. Just be like that, I guess. We don't need to sign you anyway. We'll just go to player progression. Player progression, Mark Eaton goes up to 1 to a 79. Brewers up 1 to a 71. And everybody else is either dropping because they're old or not moving up at all because they're rookies. Reggie Theus doesn't even go up, probably because of the position change. All right, we've got to go to the next season now and hope that this draft class, or this Jordan can do it, can become the Jordan that we know and love. Should we use the actual 1985 draft class, or should I just download a new one? I probably just use a draft class that is actually good. Is there a file that I have? No, I have the 87 one, which is good. Let me search up 85 and see if search by content name. Let me see if there's a really good one somebody's made already. We've got this one that's got 2,000 downloads on it, so that's probably the best option here. Oh, okay. We'll get down here. We got first round in notables. That's a good one. Okay, 50 real players. Okay, I might have to take a little bit more of a look off camera and see if there's one that's really, really good. But we will try. We'll try this first one since it's the most downloaded one. If it's not good, then I'll fix it, obviously. Can I move forward? Advance the next season, yes. All right, so our game plan, our lineup is Theus at the point, Jordan, Thornwell starts at small forward, Thorpe, and Eaton. That's a lot better of a starting five than what we had the first season. Then Archibald will come off the bench with Campy Russell, McMillan, and Brewer. That's a lot of center play. That's a lot of big man play. I don't really like that much. Let's switch that. What do you play? What do you play? You're a power forward. I know what it is. You're a power forward. I'd like to get Jeffries a little bit more minutes. Jared Dixon is a guard. We have a few too many big man minutes because you're a center, and we have two centers off the bench that I don't really need. So let's not do that. Let's give these guys their minutes back. Let's take away, not McMillan's minutes, let's take away Brewer's minutes and give them to McKenna and Dixon. And Campy and Nate and Mark Eaton can get a few more minutes. All right, so that's what the lineup is going to look like for the start of season number 2. The draft class is like this so far. I'll go through and check and make sure that this is a good draft class. This is the best, if this is the best one available. But that is going to do it for this episode. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Links are always down below in the description for any of my stuff that I do. I do the World of Juice Discord. That link's down there. The links to the other channels are down there, my other channels that I have. And the link to this playlist, so you can go and watch other videos that you may have missed or may have just want to watch again. That link is down below in the description as well. So if you want to go check out anything like that, go down there. Everything should be down there. But other than that, thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. I really do appreciate it. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.